Ellen, you and I were just talking to the break, and you said it's been a whirlwind, all this news, but also not unexpected. And I wonder why that is. Is that because the NBA has already had its share of gambling scandals? Is it something else?
I believe it's the collision of money, the leagues approving it, the Supreme Court opening it up, and then just recently the NCAA giving permission for college athletes with their new NIL, name, image, and likeness money, to be able to bet on pros. So there's no way we couldn't predict that this collision was coming.
Yeah, very well said. You kind of wrapped up everything in there, all the big trends that are taking place as we examine this. This is a long-running investigation. That much the Fed's made clear. And the timing of the arrests come at the start of the NBA season and as sports betting really takes root. What's the message the DOJ is sending here to the NBA, to the other sports leagues?
I believe that the message they're sending loud and clear is we are investigating anyone and everyone depending not on their income. And you can think about it. These players make millions, particularly in the NBA, as their contracts are guaranteed. Yet the draw of winning comes at any cost to them. If they're alleged now, but if they're convicted of their crimes that they've been charged with. So to me, it's really about the addiction side and how much provided help do we give these athletes as they go through their athletic career.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing the human angle to that because I think that gets lost a lot of the times. The other thing, of course, all the details make for incredible reading, and you kind of can't wait for the HBO version of this story. The mafia is involved as well. The New York City's crime families was cited in the charges yesterday. How does that change the legal ramifications of what we're hearing?
Well, I mean, most of the 1980s and 90s, the racketeering laws were really there, but really get involved in the tax implications. And that's how they brought down many of the mafia. So the question really comes in, which laws will they apply? And I will bet you that the tax implications will be quite huge.
I would imagine. What kind of defense can the players who are ensnared in this gambling ring, alleged gambling ring, what can they say? How do they defend themselves?
Well, entrapment's always one. I would say lack of intent. So saying I did not know of this, particularly in the area of the poker games, how much knowledge did they have of these schemes being processed, like the tables having special sort of X-ray mechanisms? So you would have to prove the connection of not just knowledge, actual knowledge, but intent to deceive.
So sports gambling is still fairly new in this country. The UK, Europe, they've had it for much longer than we have. How have they managed this? How have they, or do they, safeguard against these kinds of scandals and rigged games and rigged outcomes?
Well, some of it's just cultural. They've had it for much longer. They have software that enables geo-tracking, so where you're betting from. But also the technology has become more sophisticated. You can get around the geo-specific. So if I live in Texas and I can't bet, I can go through a VPN or a different access and bet on a game that I normally shouldn't be betting. I think it's important to note that these are really through micro bets or prop bets, and we're not finding it in the win or loss column. It's more attractive in the live events at the moment in time. And now everyone has their betting mechanism in their pocket, so you no longer have to go to a racetrack or some OTB.